Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome and thanks for watching. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. So, this one is about a vision of hope. We all need some hope sometimes, and I once asked them, it's looking so weird outside in the outside world. I need a vision. I need something that keeps me going to whatever future. I hope a good one. I intend a good one. And so they gave me a few things. I had this one client for QHHT therapy, a hypnosis session, and he found himself in a scene not of past or former life, and I asked him to describe where he is and what he can perceive. And he started like that. Well, I'm standing here outside under the open sky. It's nice, warm and sunny day, blue sky, and it's very peaceful, and there's such a wonderful, peaceful, and loving atmosphere all around the trees and the grass. And yeah, I'm just waiting here. And I asked him, what are you waiting for? And he said, well, I'm waiting for my girlfriend. She's in the library and she wanted to get some books. She really likes the touch of books. She wants to have a book in her hand. And I stopped him there and said, is that unusual? And he said, yes, quite, because in the library we can also have everything in digital form, all information, and also like, and then he laughed and said, like in Star Trek in the holographic suites, where they can really live the information or whatever they want to know in a 3D version with interaction and everything like that. And he said, we can also have the information in holographic form. And that was kind of startling to me. So I asked him to describe the library, and he started to describe a building that sounded quite a bit strange to me, but at the same moment when he described it, I, as a medium, was able to see the same picture he was describing. So that was very interesting to me as well. And he described a building more or less oval shape with very smooth walls, and it kind of had the idea of crystal. He described it more or less like a crystal bowl, but with a very smooth surface. And it had only very long slit kind of windows that were transparent to see through, but they were not built the way we build windows into our houses. It was just one thing, seamless, and very big and very tall, and the windows were as well seamless, as if just the material changed for to let some light in and make these long, tall, rectangular windows. And I got the feeling, that's I've never saw something like that before, even though I had been with clients to Atlantis and wherever, and I already saw a lot of things. And I wanted to know more, so I told him, well, let's just move ahead a little bit into time. And now your girlfriend already left the library and she's coming out to you. What are you going to do now? And he said, well, we're going to go home, and I'm standing here at some kind of parking lot just awaiting her, and now she's coming. And then he turned around, and I thought he would describe a car, but he did not. he said, turning around to his vehicle, he started laughing again. And I said, well, what is it that you're laughing about? And he said, well, it's like in Star Trek. I have some kind of hover car that looks like this race machine that Anakin Skywalker used in one of the movies. And I was kind of amused, and I said, okay, so then get in there with your girlfriend and go home. And he went home, hovering, flying with this hover car to his home, more outside in the landscape, in the green, with lots of forest and trees and grass and everything, away from the library spot. And then when he arrived at his home, again he was laughing. And I asked him, why are you laughing again? And he started telling me, well, that's so funny because this house is my dream house. You know, in my fantasy, I try to invent my dream house and with no restriction and just create an image. And now I'm here in front of the house that I always imagined. And it's there and it's mine and it's my home and I'm living here with my girlfriend. And I said, okay, then describe your house. And he said, it's built around a tree and it's totally transparent, made of some kind of glass or transparent crystal like material. And he had in there a kind of big living room around the tree and another upper floor where he had his sleeping area. And that was very interesting. And I asked him, so where are you? This place sounds so fantastic to me. And he said, well, I'm in 5D, that's New Earth. And I just couldn't believe it, but it was true. And I asked him to look around and describe more of the surroundings. And he said a few things very interesting. He said, every blade of grass is kind of glowing from some inner light. So the light here in the landscape, in the nature around me in my house is totally different. Everything seems to glow a little bit as if it is bioluminescent. Even the tree, that's why I don't need any lighting, because the tree is glowing, and at night when we need more light, when it's dark outside, the tree is starting to glow more to give us the light we need. And we live in symbiosis with nature, we are one with nature and everything around, and everything is peace and love. And I just was overwhelmed, and I liked that very much. So I had a client that was kind of in a future life, not so far away, and he was telling about New Earth and 5D. Isn't that interesting? We all can need some visions of hope for where we're going to, because our normal human person ego mind cannot imagine or cannot think of something like that, because well, it's new. That's why it's called New Earth. And another thing that happened also some years ago, I was again sucking them upstairs with I need some vision, I need something to cling to stuck with in my dark or bad moments. And so they allowed me a view upon Earth. So I saw Earth from space, and it was this sphere. Sorry, it's not flat. And it was kind of dark. You know, maybe you saw pictures from space, from the Earth at night, where in the regions where many people live, there is light, artificial light, and other regions like the Amazon, less populated, they are kind of dark. And I looked at the earth and it was all kind of dark. And then suddenly, here and there, I saw a little dot of white light popping up on this dark earth. And the white light behaved like a sparkler, it started to spread the light. And more of these dots came up. And they were all interconnecting with each other and kind of forming some kind of grid all around the earth. And the more light appeared, the more sparkling dots of white light appeared on the earth and formed this grid pattern that reminded me very much of sacred geometry. Suddenly, in the end, the last view was that the whole earth was inside this grid of white light with the nodes like sparklers, and the whole earth was illuminated like from the inside through these white dots. And I knew that the white dots are all the souls, you and me and all the others, that find their inner connection and let their light shine again. And even if we don't know each other and do not meet in the material, on soul level, we're all connected. And we are forming this grid because the universe is built in sacred geometry. And this enlightened earth was a very good vision for me. I really loved that. And the third thing I want to share with you today is about a little journey I was allowed to make to New Earth, because one night there appeared a portal in front of me, and I already went through different portals. I know up to that point I knew only the ones that are said to be innate and built in our higher bodies, like in the heart chakra you can open a portal, and in your third eye chakra as well. And they seem to me more like some spiraling tunnel that's leading somewhere, like a wormhole. And this portal was different. I saw it more like a mirage, as if there was some kind of circular opening suddenly into another place, another space, wherever. And it looked a bit misty white on the edge, and in the middle it looked like a mirage. I could see through it, and there was no difference to what I saw beside or in front of this portal. I could see foliage, and through the circular portal I could also see foliage, but it wasn't that clear. It was a bit like as if you look through water or something like that. And it was behaving like a mirage. It was kind of moving and not totally stable or firm. And I went through that portal because I was curious, and I found myself flying above Earth in landscape. And when I looked down, I saw very much green, as if the Earth had recovered from everything the humans did up to this time, all the ugly buildings or all the fabrics and industries. Nothing like that. It was kind of pure and fresh and new and very green. And I saw some kind of a beach area, looked a bit tropical to me. And I landed there, and I heard laughter in the forest around, in the jungle. And there were people, and they lived more or less like, very simple. I read once that spiritual people tend to live very simple. And it looked a little bit to me like in this movie about the family Robinson being casted onto an island and building something to live in, huts and walkways and things like that, with bamboo. So I was in this bamboo village with very nice people, and everything was kind of glowing, like the guy in the QHHT therapy had described it. There was so much more light, and the atmosphere was so friendly and full of peace and love, and I just liked it. So, this is what I wanted to share for today. Grey sky, not nice temperatures, missing sun here in Germany, but that's why I had to share the visions of hope for you. Thank you very much, beautiful souls, for watching. Be blessed and have a wonderful time.